Have you ever come across a peculiar occurrence that you simply dismissed as mere chance? Synchronicity is when the convergence of events brings with it a load of positive meanings for those involved. For example, being present at a party where the love of your life is and you being introduced by an acquaintance. Two people having the same idea in different places without even knowing each other, or even needing a certain thing and someone bringing it to you during the day without knowing you needed it. Well, what if I told you that these cases weren't mere coincidences? They are all examples of synchronicity, a term coined by psychologist Carl Jung to elucidate the phenomenon of meaningful coincidences. Synchronicity is the act of being synchronous, at the same time, actions converging on the same point in time and space. According to Carl Gustav Jung, synchronicity can be called a meaningful coincidence, where events have a meaningful relationship with each other that unfolds into positive events for those who experience it. The term and the definition of this noun seem complex, but the observation of the facts can be made at any time by any of us, either directly in our lives or around us. But before giving examples, let's explain the difference between coincidence and synchronicity. The big difference between coincidence and synchronicity is that coincidence has a why, and synchronicity has a what for. Coincidence is when two things happen by chance, within the laws of everyday probability, and with no great relevance to those involved. For example, you're at the same party as an acquaintance, and it doesn't mean anything to you. Or you wear yellow, and your boss does too. These are similar events with no relationship of cause and consequence. When these same events happen and are of great significance, the event is fulfilling a function in your life. For example, if in the example above you and your boss were wearing yellow, you would have resolved an important issue that you had both avoided. The event would have happened in order for there to be communication and a resolution. We can say that synchronicity comes from a coincidence that has real meaning, unlike a random event. According to Jung, synchronicity occurs when internal and external events come together. He said that our inner psyche and the external environment are connected in ways that go beyond the patterns of cause and effect. The big difference between coincidence and synchronicity is that coincidence has a why, and synchronicity has a what for. Coincidence occurs when two events happen by chance, within the laws of everyday probability, and with no great relevance to those involved. For example, you're at the same party as an acquaintance, and it means nothing to you. Or you wear yellow and your boss does too. These are similar events with no relationship of cause and consequence. When these same events happen and are of great significance, the event is fulfilling a function in your life. For example, if in the example above you and your boss were wearing yellow, you would have resolved an important issue that you had both been avoiding. We can say that synchronicity comes from a coincidence that has real meaning, unlike a random event. According to Jung, synchronicity occurs when internal and external events come together. He stated that our inner psyche and the external environment are connected in ways that go beyond the patterns of cause and effect. Now let's understand a little about what synchronicity is, according to the laws of physics and quantum mechanics. According to theories, everything that exists in this known universe is made up of matter and energy, right? In short, we are energy, and we modify our reality. So we can infer that when we think, we emit energy into the universe. In the same way, a radio station emits information that travels through the air until it finds an antenna that picks it up and decodes it as a song, for example. It wanders through the air all the time and is passing through our bodies now. But we can't decode it. We need a radio antenna for that. The same goes for the cell phone in our hands. The information that reaches it in the form of an image, video, text, or sound, which is in the air all the time as waves. But if you don't turn on the data network or Wi-Fi, it won't be able to decode it either. The same thing happens with waves of thoughts, ideas, and innovations. When a person takes in the information, which comes in the form of a wave, of a new discovery or idea, they are at the same time decoding it for human understanding, and involuntarily, they are emitting waves of the same idea back into the universe. All the information created remains as waves. There are no limits of time or space. And whoever has their internal Wi-Fi on and is tuned into the energies of that idea can pick it up. And this is where the fabulous synchronicities come in. A famous example in history is the invention of the airplane, which happened almost simultaneously at distant points on Earth, without one inventor knowing the other. In this video, we'll unravel the mysteries of synchronicity and encourage you to keep an open mind to the possibilities inherent in these mysterious and meaningful coincidences. Let's start by listing 10 signs that the universe is talking to you. 1. Recognizing hints and confirmations on billboards, t-shirts, book covers. Synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that occur seemingly by chance, often manifest in unexpected ways. They can be recognized in the form of hints and confirmations found on billboards, t-shirts, book covers, and various other elements of everyday life. These synchronicities serve as subtle nudges from the universe, guiding individuals along their paths and offering validation of their experiences and decisions. 2. Answer to very personal questions. This phenomenon of synchronicity can seem like a fortuitous moment, where the universe seems to be sending a message or providing guidance through an unexpected encounter with someone who shares your concerns. It's as if the universe is orchestrating events to draw attention to your dilemmas and offer possible insights or solutions. These encounters remind us of the interconnectedness of life and the possibility of finding meaning in seemingly random occurrences. 3. Context repetition. This occurs when you learn something new, which really catches your attention and you want to know more about it, and you start seeing the same learning in various places: social media feeds, TV, newspapers, radio. This synchronicity serves as a remarkable confirmation that the universe is trying to convey a message or draw your attention to a specific aspect of your life. It's as if the cosmos is echoing the meaning of this newly acquired knowledge, urging you to explore it further and integrate it into your understanding of the world. These examples of contextual repetition highlight the interconnectedness of experiences and the profound ways in which the universe communicates with us through subtle signs and patterns. 4. The same time. When you repeatedly notice matching times, such as 11:11 a.m. or 12:12 p.m., this can evoke a feeling of synchronicity. Often, this phenomenon feels like the universe is sending you a subtle message or reminder, prompting you to pay attention to the present moment or guiding you in a specific direction in your life. Although some may perceive it as mere coincidence, others interpret it as a sign of alignment with higher energies, or a confirmation that they are on the right path. 5. Spiritual synchronicity. Synchronicity increases as you expand your consciousness and change paradigm from the materialistic to the non-materialistic, which considers the unseen as real. By changing your paradigm, you broaden the radius in which you can pick up information and reduce the filters of skepticism. This expands your path to spiritual communication. At this stage, you can receive more insights from your extra-physical helpers, increase your parapsychic abilities, and perceive synchronicities through the famous sixth sense. 6. Green light. Do you know that day when you woke up in a good mood, felt energized to start the day, and, on your way to work, were lucky enough to pass many green lights without any hassle? It's a kind of synchronicity that usually heralds an excellent day with more good things happening for you. The opposite is also a sign, but that you're not in the flow. 7. Thinking about something and then it happening exactly the same way. When exactly what you were thinking happens, there are two phenomena that can explain it. The first is premonition, which is the ability to see a fact before it happens. It's a phenomenon that happens to a small percentage of the population, but it does happen. The other possibility is telepathy, which consists of the transmission and reception of information from one brain to another. In fact, the transmission happens all the time, but the exact reception is called telepathy. In both cases, these are synchronicities that will only happen to people who have developed mediumistic or paranormal abilities. Most of us can go our whole lives without experiencing these phenomena. 8. Being in the right place at the right time, also known as great luck. This is the synchronicity that everyone wants to experience. Being at the exact point in time and space that favors you your whole life is priceless. 9. Having dreams that repeat themselves in real life. Dreams are another channel for your consciousness to exist. When you dream, your mind can travel freely through time and space. By moving through non-locality and timelessness, it's possible for your consciousness to access information about the future, whether it's the immediate future, which is today, or further away, a week, a month, or even years from now. What has happened is that you have received an advance message of something that was already foreseen in your path, and the fact that you remember the dream when it actually happens makes you give more importance to what is happening in the present. 10. Seeing repeated symbols, triangles, crosses, concentric circles. Power animals. Here again we can quote Jung. Part of his studies were dedicated to explaining the relationship between symbols, archetypes, and the collective unconscious. For Jung, there is a kind of collective mental network that contains archetypes. Jungian archetypes are standard symbols, which anyone can recognize at any time. When you start to recognize the repetition of a specific symbol, know that it may be referring to a collective issue, which is yours individually, but is also experienced by countless other people. Finally, it's important to remember that we can observe that people who report an increase in synchronicities are those who are open to new paths and possibilities, or they are looking to evolve in some area of life. It could be career growth, changing emotional patterns, therapy, expanding social contacts. And in those moments when they are open to new information, synchronicities tend to increase. The phenomenon of synchronicity can help us in all areas of our lives. It can guide us through important decisions, improve our mental and emotional health, and help us manifest our desires and goals. When we notice synchronicity in our lives, it helps us to feel that we are on the right track and that we are following our purpose in life. It's also worth remembering that synchronicities can occur in many different ways. They can take the form of thoughts or events, such as hearing the same song several times in a row, or meeting a person several times in a short period of time. The secret to recognizing synchronicity is to pay attention to things that seem unusual or strange, and to be open to making connections. So, my friends, synchronicity is a powerful phenomenon that can help us better understand the meaning of our lives. When we are open to this universal connection, we can see meaningful coincidences that guide us towards our true purpose. Be present, stay open, and work with stones and crystals to increase the incidence of synchronicities in your life. And that brings today's video to an end. We really hope you've enjoyed exploring the fascinating world of synchronicity with us. If you have any opinions, experiences, or ideas you'd like to share, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. We'd love to hear from you. If you're new here and found this video interesting, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon too, so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. We have lots of intriguing topics planned just for you. Thank you very much for watching. We wish you all the best on your journey of self-discovery and synchronicity. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.